Welcome to another Super Deluxe Edition unboxing video. Today we're going to take a look at Steven Wilson's The Future Bites album in limited edition deluxe box set form. In fact, we're going to take a look at all the formats, so we're going to go through the vinyl, the CD, the Blu-ray, the cassette and this box set. Now of course it's been a long time since this album was announced. It was March, I think, 2020, and what with all the chaos of COVID-19 and lockdown, it's only just come out today. Now anyone that's been following the marketing and the promotion on social media won't have failed to notice this very conceptual, satirical take on consumerism and consumer goods and material possessions and collectability and items like the Super Deluxe Edition box set. And I guess this version of The Future Bites, the new album, is the one that takes this to the extreme, to the max. You can see there it's nicely spot varnished on the cover. And of course we should note that this is actually a proper lift-off lid box set. So Steven Wilson's deluxe editions for his albums in the last however many years have always tended to be really well presented book packages with a lot of pages of text information and interviews, etc., and then the discs were within that. So but for this particular album, I guess he's felt like it needs to be a proper box set for the concept to actually work. So that's what we've got here. There's not a great deal on it. It's all white and it's got the typographical style that we'll see throughout. Steven Wilson, The Future Bites, is written at the bottom quite cleverly there. But anyway, as usual, let's lift off the lid and take a look at what's inside. I should say it's quite light, this box. It's not, because the book isn't that big, so you'll see in a second what's inside, but it's fairly lightweight box set. Now there is an insert that sits on top here, which I've agreed not to show that because Steven and his management didn't want to spoil a little bit of the fun for people that purchase this box set. So I did agree that to respect their wishes and not to show that. And in fact there's two items, so you'll have to just use your imagination on that one. Or if you've ordered the box set, then of course you'll see it. So let's have a look here. So we've got this kind of bag with bits in, and this is really kind of running with the theme. These are a set of stickers, and it says here, because the size of this limited edition deluxe box set means it's unlikely to be seen by those outside your home, we understand that the increase in your social standing, normally associated with the purchase of products like this, will be severely impaired. As such, we have created these specially designed stickers that cover all cases of ownership to make it easy for people to be aware of your financial investment in this branded product and therefore ensure your credibility gets the appropriate boost. So there's a sticker that says intentionally left blank. There's TFB, obviously that's The Future Bites. I quite like this one, depressing corporate disco party because you're worthless. Some of these jokes and digs are funnier than others, but anyway, so that's what that is. And then here we go. This is another very sort of pithy take on consumerism. This is a form, and what I like about this actually, it's like a questionnaire. What I like about this is the fact that they've done it properly. It's like a two-part form, like proper forms where if you press hard it'll come through on the other sheet. So when these things are done properly and there's attention to detail, then you can appreciate it a lot more. But anyway, you get the gist of it. This form has questions on it like, overall, how satisfied are you with The Future Bites? Compared to other similar products on the market, how would you rate The Future Bites? Well, this particular one is a good one. Would you expose your children to The Future Bites? Anyway, so you get the idea. There's two of those. I don't know why there's two, but there is. You even get a warranty booklet here. So I'm not going to go into this in any detail, but I'm sure it's full of lots of good gags if you get dug into the small print. And there's two posters here. I was going to say there's one poster, there's two posters, and that's what these posters are. So there you go. Living a normal life can be a pleasurable circus. Obedience is a weapon of mass destruction. Two posters. I think Stephen probably knows you won't end up putting those up, which is partly the point. What we're looking at here is the top of the booklet that comes with this box set. So, to die one must ignore facts. That's Steven Wilson, The Future Bites. Now, I do like this booklet. I think I like the design, lots of minimalism, black print on white. I think the more you see different elements of it, the more it works. These will be familiar for anyone that's bought any of the singles or looked at Stephen's web store when it went up. So it's a 9-track album, The Future Bites. These are obviously the lyrics to the songs. I do quite like this one actually. This is the Future Bite credit cards, preloaded with debt, unrealistic payments, looks nice. And a nice little touch here, the name on the card is Mr. Edward Moore, which I think is a reference to Brass Eye, Chris Morris. Ted Moore was the name of his reporter. There's some good fun in the small print in this book actually. It says here at the bottom, you are responsible for all debt, and failure to make payments on time or staying within your credit limit may result in the repossession of your home, car, pet, clothing and dignity. More lyrics. This is a slightly dodgy one given the world we're living in today, but I guess this was all done ages ago. But establishing patterns, the future bites as a virus. Spreading the virus, you know. More lyrics here, more sloganeering. There's some lyrics here to the extra songs actually. One thing we'll see in a minute is the bonus content. There's 6 new songs that, well I mean I guess they're all new because the album's new, but there's 6 additional songs not on the album on the bonus disc in this box set. These are a couple of them. Ha Bloody Ha, Move Like a Fever is actually really, really good. I like that one. I Am a Cliche, Wave the White Flag, and In Pieces and Every Kingdom Falls. So they're the new track. As I say, not everything I don't think hits the spot. This is my favourite bit of this box, of this book, in this box set. And it's supposed reviews, you know, from people. And this one particularly took my fancy actually. This is a kind of, you know, a kind of satire on the kind of reviews and the feedback people leave on Amazon. So this one here says, seemed okay, but when I took it to the top of the Chrysler building and threw it off, it shattered into 1,000,000 pieces. WTF, very poor quality. Yeah, this one is sort of dark humour, but it kind of, the line at the end, I couldn't help but laugh at it. I'm writing this review in memory of my wife. I had been working late and came home to find she had killed herself by overdosing on the Future Bites multivitamin supplements. TFB was everything to her, so I cannot think of any way she would have preferred to have done it. 1 star off due to death of wife. That's a 4-star review. Anyway, maybe not everyone's going to find these funny, I don't know. But that's it for the book content, and these are just the usual credits at the back. This is a softback book as well. Oh yeah, there's a bonus disc here. You see that? See that? It says Pleasure to Soothe. So in here, that's a bonus. This is a CD. It says this disc left intentionally blank. So that's a blank disc, or is it? You could do some investigation. And that's at the back of the booklet. Now then, so this is the bottom of the box. Now what does this remind you of? These discs sitting in the bottom of the box. It reminds me of those Pink Floyd box sets from 2011. They had the discs right at the bottom with everything on top of it. So I'll be interested whether Stephen has deliberately echoed that or whether he just likes this design, I don't know. But I'll be honest, it's not a particularly good place to keep the discs, I don't think. I suppose at least there's not loads of stuff you have to wade through, but I can't help but think, again, this is a kind of comment on box sets, because this wouldn't be my ideal way to store and keep the optical discs. In the middle here is a cassette deluxe edition bonus content on obsolete media. And just to go through it, so we've got the album on CD here, we've got the album in instrumental form on CD 2, bonus content which I'll talk about in a minute on CD 3, and the Blu-ray there is the 4th disc plus the cassette. So the album and the instrumentals, they speak for themselves. One thing we should stop and say at this point is, whatever you think of this approach and the whole satirical thing, and I reckon there'll be a lot of people that will be thinking, you know, ha bloody ha, you know, you've made me pay for this box set and you're saying box sets are a load of crap. Well, are you laughing at me or are you laughing with me? You know, what's going on here? But I think in Steven Wilson's defence, the actual content of the box, which is at the core of what it's about, you know, the albums, the bonus content, is really good, basically. And this is box set is 75 quid. It's not 135 quid Paul McCartney style. It's, you know, I think 75 quid is reasonable for what's on offer here. So I think that kind of saves it really in the end. I would have personally preferred another book to go, because this isn't going to go with all the other Steven Wilson deluxe editions. It's not going to, the spines aren't going to line up. It's not going to look part of a collection. But you do have to wonder if that's kind of the point. This bonus content on obsolete media, he's not joking either, because there's no download for it, and there's 4 demos that you can't get anywhere else on this tape. There's a demo of Self. Anyone But Me actually was going to end the album. It's going to be the last track on the album, and Steven Wilson changed his mind and switched it for something else. King Ghost, another demo there, and actually that's what he changed it for, Count of Unease. That was the one that he replaced Anyone But Me, but these are all demos. Pity there's not a download code, but anyway, they're on cassette. Now the bonus content is really good. Actually, I'm going to get the booklet out here. This disc is fantastic. I mean, it just really is. It ticks all the boxes. It starts off with a 19-minute extended remix of Personal Shopper. And this is kind of like the Future Bites Goes to Hollywood, sort of Trevor Horn, kind of ludicrously fun, over the top extended version. So that's what kicks it off. And then there's a long version of Unself, which is on here, which is good. Then there's a couple of new songs, Ha Bloody Ha and Move Like a Fever. And Move Like a Fever is probably my favourite of the new songs. I have listened to all this content. An extended remix of King Ghost. Then another couple of new songs, I Am Cliche and Wave the White Flag. Then another extended remix of Eminent Sleeve. And these remixes are all really good, you know. They're him, Steven Wilson, remixing it and having a bit of fun. And they sound great, you know, they're proper good old fashioned remixes. And then the disc ends with In Pieces and Every Kingdom Falls, which again, 2 new. So there's 6 tracks here. There's 9 tracks on the album. But an additional 6 songs which don't form part of the album, and if you add some of the new songs from the singles, it's, you know, you've got a great little collection actually of Future Bites era material. And then the Blu-ray. This Blu-ray is really good as well, because you get the album, you get the 5.1 surround mix of the album, you get a Dolby Atmos version of the album, you get all the instrumentals, and you get the 3 videos are on the Blu-ray as well. What you don't get are the bonus material. But I think that's fair enough, because this Blu-ray is available on its own. So Steven Wilson hasn't done what other people sometimes do, which is say, if you want the 5.1 mix, you have to buy the box set. So I think it's kind of fair approach. But yeah, as I say, I'm not a fan of storing the discs like this. And actually, we'll look at some of the separate formats available in a second, and it might be worth investing in some of them as well, because they're really quite nice. But that's it for this box. So that lifts off, slots in. Yeah, the book goes on top, 2 posters, and then the little bag goes in with all the stickers and the bits. And then there you go. So there's no vinyl in this, it's worth pointing out. It's still in a big 12 by 12 box set. And let's have a look at some of the other formats. I wanted to start with the CD, because I think a lot of you might be tempted to get this, because the packaging is really good. Again, a bit of spot varnishing on the Future Bytes. It's in a slipcase. It's a jewel case in a slipcase, which sounds boring, but it's a special jewel case. White plastic, over printed on the top, and there's the CD and the booklet, which you can kind of half read the front of the booklet, which I think is probably the point. But the booklet says, "To die one must ignore facts" on the front. I don't like jewel cases, I hate CD jewel cases, but it's funny how actually doing something a bit different kind of elevates it a little bit there. That's the CD. And even though there is a cassette in the box set, which we've talked about, there is also a cassette of the album. That cassette in the box set, of course, had the demos, but this is a normal cassette of the album. Looks like that. Not too much more to say about that. And the Blu-ray, again, it's got a slipcase like the CD. This Blu-ray is identical to the Blu-ray in the box, except the design of the disc is different. So it's not, I say it's identical, the content's identical. The disc has actually got a different design on the front. But again, this is pretty cool. It's a kind of bespoke, kind of red coloured Amaray case. Booklet. If you're not bothered about the extra bonus material, but you do want the 5.1 mix, then this might be the one to go with. And last but not least is the vinyl version of the Future Bytes. Now again, like the CD, like the Blu-ray, this has a slipcase. It's a gatefold package, but this slipcase comes out off the top. That's the back. That slips off like that. So then the gatefold looks like that. Some sort of unique design elements there. And so on one side you get a booklet. That booklet just has lyrics and pictures in it. It doesn't have any of the stuff from the box set with, you know, the kind of fun stuff, if you want to call it that. This is actually the indie exclusive white vinyl version, but in a rare slip up for Steven Wilson. My usual moan, but this isn't in a polyline sleeve, which is extremely surprising. It looks good in white vinyl. There's also red vinyl available. There might be another colour, I can't remember. But that's the Future Bytes in vinyl. So that's it, slips back on. Again, actually, look, if you look at that, there's a nice bit of spot varnishing going on. So they're the separate formats, the cassette, the CD, the Blu-ray and the vinyl. I'm almost a little bit surprised that they didn't put the box set in an outer slipcase with the cover. I think they probably wanted to have it with that on the front. I should finish off by saying I really like the record. I think it's fantastic. It's like 38 minutes or something, and there's not a bad track on it. So putting aside all the packaging, all the concepts, all the satirical, ironic statements, when all is said and done, as ABBA once sang, we're left with a really good record, which I think is the most important thing at the end of the day. So this has been Paul from Super Deluxe Edition, taking a look at the Future Bytes. If you've enjoyed this video, then why not subscribe to the SDE YouTube channel for more great physical music unboxed. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.